YouTube everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a full guide from movement to mechanics, every single thing you guys need to work on to get to the top in rank play. I've solo queued to Crimson for 3 seasons in a row. I've learned everything I need to know in terms of how to improve, and today I'm going to be showing you guys every single mechanic that I have learned. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. It took a lot of time, a lot of effort, but I wanted to give you guys the best quality video, so I'd really appreciate the comments and the feedback down below, and drop a like if you're interested. Let's get right into the guide. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is centering. Okay, so first of all, what is centering? So you see right here your middle crosshair. Your centering is basically you want your middle crosshair to be where you're expecting your opponents to be. So that's kind of the simplest way to put it, and let's kind of show you how it looks in game. Now, from when I'm coaching subscribers, this is generally looking at people on the lower level and people that maybe don't have as much experience. One thing I always notice is their centering is always off. Now, I'm a Crimson player. I play this game all the time to try and improve, and my centering sometimes still is kind of lacking. So it's nothing to be worried about if maybe your centering isn't perfect. It's probably one of the hardest mechanics to master and one of the most efficient. So that's why I'm starting off with it. So what you want to do essentially is have your crosshair. So you want to have this middle dot here, essentially where you expect the opponents to be. So as you're going around corners, right, most of the time people run like this. So let's just say there's an opponent in front of me. Like, let's just wait till we see an opponent, okay? Now right here, by the time I look up to him, I have to look up and react to him instead. So if you're running like this and you spot an opponent, you have to instantly look up. So no matter how good your shot is going to be, you have to always reposition it. So this is how most people play. Their centering is normally too low. Then you have to kind of react to it. Now we're going to try the same thing. We're going to walk around the map here, but our centering is going to be in the middle. So where we're expecting our opponents to be. And you can see we can simply move around corners. And all we essentially have to do is just aim in. So when we spot an opponent, all we have to do is just aim in. So you can see my centering is near the chest position, go through. And what you basically want to do is you want to have your centering, you want to have the middle crosshair aimed in the center of your screen where their chest or their head's going to be. That way, if you spot an opponent, you can essentially just aim in straight to their head. So again, right there, you see that you go through around corners, and it makes it so much easier to get those kills. Now, obviously, this is a bot lobby, but I will be providing clips in a second to show you how this works in a game. But yeah, so that's kind of the main concept of centering. You don't want to make sure your crosshair is too high or too low. You kind of want to make sure it's in the middle. And in the gameplay, you're going to see in rank play against like better players that obviously sometimes if you just really focus on your centering, like you might think, okay, I'm wasting my time. But if you really do focus on your centering, you'll find out that in your gameplay, it actually can make a massive difference. So that is the #1 thing I want to teach you guys today. And if you can get centering down, you guys should be good to go. So let's get right into some gameplay. So in these clips, let's really focus on centering and how we can use it to improve our game. So in this first clip, you're going to see we're going to go through, we take out the first player. Now we actually make a wrong play and don't read the situation well, but because of our great centering, we're able to turn around and get the kill. Now same thing in this room here. So in this hard point, it's quite close combat, and you know they're going to be in the corner. So we go through, we get the first nade. I'm going to go to the left, get a pre-aim off, and now I'm going to center onto the second guy. So I'm essentially going to center off into the corners where I know the opponent's going to be. And look how we get these next few kills. We're literally going to go around, basically making sure our crosshair is in the middle of the screen, always ready to take out the opponent. So there's two. We're going to go through again. And as I'm going around, I'm constantly making sure my crosshair is in the middle. There's a third. Going to go through the left, and we spot the fourth. Again, really good centering. It's just allowing us to get these kills that I probably wouldn't have got otherwise. Now, in the next clip, let's see what we could do here. Yeah, oh, I forgot we got another kill. There you go. But yeah, this next clip again was quite impressive. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We just really turn up in this lobby at the end here. So the game's basically even. We're about to lose. We managed to clutch up. We go through, and with the centering, I'm able to push through. I'm able to predict where they're going to come from. We're using our movement and different kind of mechanics, and we're able to get so many kills there. We literally get a 6-piece at the end of the game. This next section, we're going to be talking about aiming and recoil control. So let's start off by talking about recoil. What is recoil? Well, recoil is the way that the gun naturally moves without moving your right analog stick. So, for example, in this clip here, we're going to be using the TAC 56, and let's check out its normal recoil pattern. Now, to check out a normal recoil pattern of any weapon, all you want to do is go to any wall. Basically, you want to shoot, okay, without moving your analog stick. So literally aim in and shoot, and let's see how it works. So I'm going to go through, and you can see the gun naturally is moving quite heavily to the upside, and it's going slightly to the right. So we're going to try it again. Well, it's not really going right. I'll say it's going directly up, to be honest with you. It's not really doing anything else, going directly vertically up. So now we know that the recoil is basically up, maybe a little bit to the right. Now, what you want to do now is shoot again, but this time you want to control the recoil by going the opposite way. So the first time that we did it, the first clip we emptied into the wall, our bullets went up and stayed up, okay? So this time, while it's going up naturally, we want to counter this with the right analog stick. So with our right analog stick, we want to go down, okay? So let's try it out. So as this is going up, we're going to go down on our right analog stick. So as it's going up, you can see now, like, although it's moving slightly, it's moving a lot less. Where before our bullet was going up to there, now our weapon's staying here. So that is the kind of standard way of controlling recoil. You just want to kind of keep your right analog stick down, But the best way, in my opinion, to do it is by maximizing your aim assist. So if you guys have aim assist on, we went through the settings earlier with dynamic aim assist. You want to make sure you're using that. What you want to do, okay, is something called rotational aim assist. Now, what that is when you're strafing left and right, you actually get a natural aim assist that's a bit higher than normal. So what you want to do is essentially, in most gunfights, you want to strafe, okay? Now, strafing is basically moving left and right. Now, if you put that in a basic form, that's what strafing does. There's actually two advantages. One advantage is obviously the aim assist that we mentioned. Another advantage is that it's actually slightly harder for your opponents to hit you because you are constantly moving. So try to get used to the strafing mechanic. If you can get used to it, it will definitely help you out at any level, public or rank play. Now, what we're going to do is going through. Now, as we shoot these bots here, these little dummies, we're going to basically be strafing and we're going to be going down on our aim. So let's see how it goes. We're going to go through, be strafing, going through and letting go. So you can see this, the far one's slightly harder to hit because we hit most of our shots. Now, something I like to do naturally is once I've killed, for example, the first opponent, I like to let go, aim to the right and snap on again. Now that snap normally gives you slightly more aim assist. So you can see all I'm trying to do is maximize the aim assist that the game provides. So we're going to try it again and show you all three techniques. If you can do all three of these techniques, you should be good to go. So you're going to go through, you want to aim it straight left and right, aim down on your right stick and make sure you're moving. And then once you're done, you want to snap onto the left guy. And you can see from here, I'm basically letting go of my aim. I'm moving slightly to the right and I'm snapping on. And you can see just like that, it's a lot faster in game. You can do like that. You can move a lot faster. You can actually snap between targets very, very fast. If you want to practice, this is a nice way to practice. Just kind of snapping between targets or going into a private game or anything like that. So now we've kind of went through the basic aiming mechanics. If you can really practice that, you should be good to go. Now it's time for the advanced stuff. Let's go through the Dashi aim. Now this technique here is what Optic Dashi does. I would say the best in the world that I've ever seen. And what he does is he essentially shoots 2 to 3 bullets. I'll say 3 bullets, I think. 3 bullets at a time, okay? So instead of shooting like this, you know, constant, obviously that wasn't controlling recoil. Instead of doing this, right, constant, which we're still controlling the recoil, you can see the gun still shakes quite a lot. This is what Dashi does, okay? So he shoots 3 bullets and you can see the gun really doesn't move. Instead of kind of spamming, he just shoots 3 bullets. And if you can see from my bottom right, I'm actually not shooting 3 because it's quite hard to get that repetition down. But this is what he does. So he goes through, you can see he'll basically like shoot 3 or 4 bullets. You can see like it's like a tap fire kind of thing. So you see our distance, it makes it so much easier. Instead of spraying, you basically, this is what I like to do. So I jump around the corner, get a few shots off, pre-aim in, get a few more shots off. Even right there, the recoil started to go a bit higher, but you can see what happens. You just go through, get a few shots off, and it's basically the best way to control your recoil. Now, it didn't do too good against these dummies, I'll be honest with you, but let's check out some gameplay and show you exactly how Dashi's aiming can help you improve. So we're going to be focusing on the burst aspect. So basically shooting 3 bullets at a time, then stopping and making sure our accuracy is as accurate as possible. So we're going through, we get a 2-piece. The last guy's on the head glitch. We're going to once again do the burst technique. We go through onto the second clip here, and it's the same thing. We do the burst technique, and we're constantly doing it, trying to improve. And there you can see, it just really helps us in these kind of medium to long range gunfights. This clip was one of my favorites because he was out in the open, you know, it was 1 versus 1, and we really simplified it into the burst technique, and we were able to get another kill. On Hydra here on the left-hand side, going to go through, look at that guy in the distance. Really kind of effective way to get some long shots. We go through, we take out one, the second guy on the left, again taking him out with the headshot. Going to go through to the middle here, let's see what we can do. We spot the third guy jumping around the corner. Now what can we do in this situation? We're going to go through, we're going to back off, we take him out with ease, and that's exactly how you want to do it. You know how deadly this hotel head glitch can be, but using the burst, I'm able to take him out with ease. Go through, take out the second. Now it's time to move on to the movement and see how you can apply it into your gameplay. Now that we've improved your aim, it's time to talk about and master the movement mechanics. So let's start off with probably the most basic movement. It's going to be the tactical sprint. Now when you normally walk around, you're going to be walking like this and like start to run. I've actually got the auto sprint on. So what that means is as you walk around corners, you actually start to run. So you're going to see you're running at like an okay speed, nothing too crazy, but you're kind of moving slightly faster than if you were to be walking, right? But what you want to do is you want to constantly be in your tack sprint. So let's kill this guy first. So what you want to do is you want to constantly be in your tack sprint. Now look at the difference here. Look how much faster this is than your normal run. And what you notice is I didn't switch this manually. What happens is automatically when you're tack sprinting, you actually end up normal sprinting after a few seconds. The reason for this is because your sprint actually runs out essentially. Think of it like stamina in real life. Just imagine you can't constantly run. That's the way I look at it in the game. So you have to essentially take a break and basically refuel. So in this case, what do? How can you kind of fix this? Well, there's a few ways to fix this. One of them is dolphin diving, and the other one is, I believe, if you knife, you can, I can't remember the other one. I think it's melee. Yeah, there you go. So the other one is actually to melee, which the reason I don't remember is because honestly I never use it. But yeah, so what you want to do is you want to attack sprint. Okay, there's too many bots around here shooting me. So what you want to do if you want to use the melee version is you want to attack sprint, and when you feel like your attack sprint is about to run out, you can just chuck a melee in the air and you're actually good to go again. Now I actually don't think it works anymore, to be honest, so ignore me there. Honestly, I never used that one, so let's just ignore that and pretend that never happened. But what you want to focus on is the dolphin dive. Now the dolphin dive is a technique where you essentially press your right analog stick and you dolphin dive off a ledge or onto the floor, and what that does is just adds a bit more movement to your game. Now although that's a massive advantage, the main advantage of the dolphin dive is actually that it resets your tactical sprint. So let's just say you're tactical sprinting and you know after maybe 6 seconds it's going to reset. Instead of just doing nothing about it and kind of waiting till it naturally resets, what you can do is as you're running, you can dolphin dive, and you can see you go forward, you go back up, and you're actually automatically tack sprinting. So this is what the pros do to get around the map. And the other important thing of the dolphin dive is when you actually dolphin dive off a ledge. So now I'm going to show you the normal way. So when you dolphin dive off a ledge, you can see it takes you like a second to kind of get your gun up, right? Where if you dolphin dive in a way where you actually hit your feet off the edge here, so we're going to try it now, you can see the difference. So look how I landed with the gun in my hand. Now it's a lot easier on stuff like this with elevation. So you can see, right, we're going to go through here, we're going to go through, and you can just kind of jump off the bounce, and you could just do a lot of different movement techniques with that dolphin dive. Let's show you in a different scenario. So let's say, for example, we're going up top here, we're going to top maps, and we want to kind of push through the middle. This is what I like to do personally. I like to go through, I like to dolphin dive off that, and you can see like we actually landed pretty smooth behind the statue into cover, all from that one dolphin dive. So we're going to try it again. This time we're going to reset our attack sprint, go through, we're going to dolphin dive across, jump around the corner, and you can see like there's just so much more kind of freedom in your movement when you do the dolphin dive technique. So that is the kind of main movement techniques I wanted to talk about. The other one is going to be sliding. Now don't worry if these are kind of, we're going fast paced. We are going to go into in detailed breakdown of every single movement we go through in the next clip. So actually going to get some real life gameplay from rank play and break it down. But what you want to do with the sliding, okay, sliding is used to camera opponents. Now the way sliding works is you just hold the right analog stick if you've applied the settings that we spoke about earlier, and what you essentially want to do is you want to slide around corners when you know your opponent is at the start. So for example, let's say your opponent is sitting on this wall here, okay? Because he's very close to the corner, he's going to be pre-aiming you like this. The reason why the sliding actually does work there is because when you slide, you can break his camera by extending it out. So while your opponent is going to be, you know, close to the wall, you can essentially slide past him. So while he's pre-aiming you, can slide past him, look to the left and take him out. So that's a great way of using it. So you're going to push through like right here. I could have done it there, but it's just too many bots chasing me, man. I wanted to get the kill and get out. So sliding is a good mechanic to use if somebody is next to you. It's also a good mechanic to use just generally as you're sliding around a corner, just to kind of get intel and see what's up. So say, for example, we're going through here. We know somebody's coming through the left. You can slide across, pre-fire like that. And it's just a nice way of getting intel on your opponents. But overall, I wouldn't recommend sliding too often, especially in this scenario. Let me show you where sliding definitely doesn't work. Let's just assume that somebody is behind this P1 head glitch, okay? And I'm sitting here, so I know he's going to be there. We're having a head glitch battle, okay? If I'm the opponent here, what you want to do is you probably want to just snake this head glitch and try to win that engagement. The worst thing for you to do is to slide out. Now, the reason why it's so bad is because if you think about it like this, okay? By the time you slide out, even if you do it early, he still has the edge of you. They still have the advantage. So even if you slide here and you look there, by the time you pre-aim him, you center back onto him, he's already pre-aiming you. He's got the head glitch to his advantage. He can back off and take you out. So never like slide across a corner if the opponent is pre-aiming you from a distance. Now, if the opponent was sitting here, right? Let's say he was sitting here. This is the perfect time to slide cancel. Sorry, to slide. Because what you're going to do is you're going to slide across essentially underneath his camera. So imagine this is the camera. You're going to slide. You're not even going to be seen. You're going to slide under these boxes and basically go around him. So, and again, you kind of want to make sure your slide is timed perfectly. If you slide too early, you can end up like here. What you want to do is you want to make sure you time your slide correctly so that you just end up on the other side. So if you can slide like this, you can see that right now, as I'm sliding across, I could probably get some shots off, literally shooting like that, jump shot, and he probably won't be able to react. So those are the 3 main movement mechanics I wanted to go through with you. Let's get into some gameplay and see exactly how you can use them in your game. I think the tactical sprint is pretty self-explanatory as we kind of went through in this clip, but let's focus on the dolphin dive because that's a bit more the advanced side of things. So we're going to go through the search and destroy. We get a 2-piece, and this is exactly how you want to use a dolphin dive to your advantage. You see, it's a great play there. We jump off the ledge and we're able to get another kill in this hardpoint clip. I know they're going to be spawning at the front here. I know they're going to be pushing through tennis court. So I go through, I take out one. I'm like, right, let me back off and try to reposition myself. So I spot this guy in the distance. I was like, right, how do I get the edge off? What we're going to do is go through, dolphin dive off, reset our momentum, and basically just fry them. And it's exactly what happened. Works out really well. And we're actually going to carry on this to the next clip here. So we're going to go through. We know that somebody's probably in the spawn at the back here. So what I'm going to do is chuck a stun grenade in the hill, clear that area, go through the back, dolphin dive off this little ledge here. Actually works really well off small buildings and stuff. Dolphin dive off the ledge, jump once again once I land, and just make myself very, very hard to hit, and we're able to get the kill. Now I'm going to show you two clips where we really kind of analyze the map awareness and game awareness. So right now I spawned on the right side of the map and I noticed my teammate was pushed out on the right. So logically, with my teammates covering the left, I assume they're going to go through middle. And that's exactly what happened, and we actually ended up reading the play really well when we were able to get a three-piece. Now in this next clip, it's actually going to be a clip I had earlier where I was kind of using the movement mechanics, but let's kind of go through it again, and this time talk about game awareness. So we go through the front, we make the guy one shot. Instead of pushing around here, I'm going to go back off and go through our spawn. Now I know they're going to be playing around the hill, so what I'm going to do is go through, get one, try to go into dome, that way they can't see me from the front. We get through, get across, we go through again, basically using our movement to advantage, using the cover, we go through again, using the natural cover. Now we know they're going to spawn on the right, we're able to pre-aim it, take out one more, reload, watch the top, and then once again go into cover, take out the player on the left, and that's exactly how you use your game awareness. Now into equipment. Equipment is one of those things where if you can master, you can really add more value to your game, okay? So in these clips, we're going to show you how to use equipment and how to, more importantly, destroy equipment. So right here, you see a trophy system. I'm actually going to destroy the trophy system first and then chuck a grenade in. Now the best thing about that is that when they have a trophy system, they automatically feel very safe and they don't even think that a grenade can kill them. So that's where you can really utilize it. Right here in this clip, I heard someone on the wall, we chuck a stun, and it's basically just a guarantee to the gunfight. In this clip here, probably my favorite one for the equipment, we actually take the trophy out and do the exact same thing. So now there's no trophy, they basically have lost all their protection. We're going to go through, chuck a stun over, and the stun essentially guarantees a kill. We jump through and we get a massive two-piece on a hill that I probably shouldn't have won. Right here, I heard somebody on the stairs, jump through, use the door to advantage, and we're able to take him out. Now let's get into the advanced movement techniques. Let's talk about snaking. So what is snaking? Snaking is essentially a broken movement mechanic where your head essentially looks like a snake, right? So they can't really see you because your head's like a snake. So let's say you were snaking from here. What you want to do is you want to go prone, you want to go up against this wall, and you essentially want to stand up, okay? So I know it sounds really like weird, it looks really weird, but I'll show you in a faster motion and show you how it looks. So in the basic form, you want to go prone, you want to walk forward and stand up. You want to do that again, but faster this time. So now this is essentially snaking. This is like a basic form of snaking. What you really want to do is you kind of want to go left and right. So as you're snaking, you want to go left and right, and you want to make yourself a very, very difficult target to hit. The aim of snaking is to, first of all, make yourself, imagine I'm snaking here, I shouldn't be able to see you because by the time you peek your head there, you're already there. Do you know what I mean? So it's like kind of just maneuvering and finessing around this area. So I'm going to show you on this guy's POV now. So we're going to go through and constantly be snaking. And let's see how it looks on his POV. Again, going through. I actually went through the gap there so he could kill me. So let's see how it looks on his POV. So it's quite difficult. Obviously, it's a bot, but you can just see the difference here. Like, you can barely see my head. Now, imagine implementing that mechanic while shooting. It's actually a game changer. So as this guy approaches me now, let's kind of show you the snaking mechanic. So we're going to go through here. Yeah, this bot just takes its time. So as we're going to go through, we're going to snake it here. Snake it, go through, and then you're going to go up and like maybe shoot him. So right there I messed up a few shots, that's why he made me one shot. But the best way to snake is just to snake and basically reposition, realign your centering. Because what happens is once you've snaked him, you essentially don't want to just be snaking forever. You want to get the kill, right? So you want to like make sure your centering is aimed up towards him. So let's say he's going to push me here, okay? So as he pushes me, I'm going to go through, I'm going to center onto him. As soon as I'm ready, I'm going to like go through and get the shots off because I basically dictate the play and I choose when I can engage and disengage. And that is the beauty of snaking. Now against multiple opponents, it's good to kind of snake and reposition because what can happen is if you don't snake well enough against multiple opponents, they're going to be able to shoot you at the same time and probably get the kill. But this is snaking in its final form. You want to kind of go through, take over the game like this. You want to basically go prone, go prone, go prone. Now by now you obviously want to be shooting, but yeah, against this bot, I just want to practice it. And this is one way I can always practice my movement. Just trying to practice like this, go through and then just jump around the corner. This guy fried me, but let's see how he looks on his POV. This guy was ready for war. So you can see it's not an easy kill. You can still win the gunfight, but it's definitely a difficult kill to make. Now let's check out some real life examples and how I implement this into rank play. So hopefully from that breakdown you saw a bit more about snaking, but let me show you two clips of how I use it in game. So right here we got the ladder. We use the snaking mechanic just to help us out, go through and get a jump shot. Again in this kind of clip here on the same map, we're going to push through, make this guy one shot, jump around the corner, get the second, we spot the third, we use his natural cover to our advantage and we jump up. Now it's time to go through some advanced movement techniques with you, okay? So let's start off with the basic of the three. These are all very, very useful, but let's start with probably the basic one. It's going to be the standard jump shot. So what you want to do is as you're approaching a player, every time you see them, you want to essentially jump, okay? So while you're in a gunfight, you want to basically jump. I mean, this isn't a good example because the guy, I don't know what that guy just chucked at me, but I was electrocuted. But you want to go through and you just want to constantly be jumping. This is the best way to practice it. Go into a private lobby, literally just run around, constantly be jumping. And what you'll notice is you'll probably get a lot more headshots than you're used to because when you're doing a jump jump shot, right? As you go around the corner right here, you see you go through, you actually naturally start to aim slightly higher. And what happens is you actually hit a lot more headshots. So if you go around in your lobbies simply just doing this, you will actually be good to go. And you'll probably find a lot more success than normal if you want implemented that already. No matter what level you are, this is why this is such an important technique, because no matter what level you are, you're always going to be using the jump shot. And that's why I'm trying to show you guys some of the techniques that even the pros use in their everyday gameplay. All the pros do differently. They just do it to the highest level. They do it consistently, and they just do it to the highest level. But these are all the basic steps that you need to become a better player. So you're going to go through, again, you want to like shoot, you want to jump. As you land, just go for another jump. Like, don't be afraid to keep on moving, just finessing and maneuvering around the map. Now, the second movement I want to show you is the drop shot. So it's very similar to the jump shot. Actually, it's not really. It's quite the opposite, but it has the same effect. The main effect here is just to kind of be a bit more credible. So with the jump shot, I'll say it's easier for your opponents to kind of see you, but it's harder for them to hit you, okay? So I want you guys to really implement that into your gameplay and into your mind right there, what I've just said, because that's probably the biggest thing I could say. It's easier for them to see you, but with the jump shot, it's a lot harder for them to hit you, because they have to aim higher to hit you in the head. So you see right here, we're going to go through, hit the jump shot. It's a lot harder for them to hit you. But with the drop shot, it's actually the opposite effect. So it's harder for them to see you, but it's easier for them to hit you. Because with the drop shot, if somebody's in front of me and they drop shot, I can actually get a headshot off them. Well, I guess it goes both ways. Sometimes you can say it's harder, but generally with the drop shot, what you want to do is you want to go around and you want to go prone. The reason why the drop shot's so good is because it's quite unpredictable sometimes. You go through, you kind of just go prone, and what happens is sometimes they don't really expect it. If you're constantly jumping, but you end up going prone, it's just really difficult because they have to adjust their aim all the way from basically the middle of their, like, they're centering in the middle all the way to the floor. So you want to go through, like, right here. Let me show you some more techniques with this, with the drop shot. So you want to go through, you spot a player, you want to go for the jump shot, turn around, you push through, you get another jump shot, turn around, right here, you see a guy push you, go for the drop shot. So it's about implementing both of them. It's not really a one-fits-all kind of playstyle. There's definitely times and positions for both. Me personally, I feel like a situation like this, let's say I'm shooting somebody here, I back off. Now a guy's going to push me from the left, for example. I like to drop shot because what happens is it actually gives me some more natural cover. So me personally, I like to use a drop shot when I've got a bit more natural cover. Maybe as I'm going around corners or just stuff like that. Maybe when I'm turning around. There's just different areas I like to use a drop shot, and I find it very, very useful to use both of these in my gameplay. I would say I use a jump shot all the time to kind of check corners, but as I'm going through, like right here, if I know the guy's going to be there, I might drop shot and then pre-aim around the corner, just because I feel like that uncertainty just adds a bit more. So right here, I'll go maybe go prone, maybe snake it, jump around the corner, then again I'll go prone. It's just like mixing both of them up. But now for the advanced one, this is my favorite by far, my favorite movement, my favorite mechanic in the game. It's going to be the prone double jump. Okay, so the reason I showed you those two first is because this movement here is essentially combining the two. So what you want to do is you want to go prone and then you want to double jump. So it essentially starts off as a drop shot and it ends up being a jump shot. It's absolutely insane. Now on your screen, it doesn't look crazy. It doesn't look ridiculous, but look how it looks on this guy's screen. I want you to look now at this kill cam and just look how crazy it looks, okay? So he comes around the corner, he sees me, he shoots me. Now I'm on the floor and I'm instantly in the sky. So when you're doing it at a fast pace against players, it's such an amazing technique to implement into your game. Let me show you again how it looks from your opponent's POV. So let's find an opponent. So we're going to go through here. Come on, shoot me with your sniper. Come on. Okay, or miss. Keep missing. Alright, don't worry, it's just a tutorial, don't worry about it. So we go through, now look at this. I don't know if it's going to show properly on this bot, but yeah, you can see, yeah, you can kind of see from there. Like, we go straight from the floor, straight into the ceiling. But let me show you guys some real gameplay from rank play, and you're going to see how broken this mechanic really is. So these next few clips are going to show you how to use a jumping mechanic, the drop shot, but more importantly, the double drop shot. And we go through, we take out the first, we take out the second, jump shot to the third, right here again. We're going to go around the corner. We use our equipment that we went through earlier, jump around once again. And you can see constantly in these Crimson lobbies, I'm constantly jumping around for one, for information, two, just to give me a bit of an edge in the gunfight, right? You want to make sure you got the advantage going into the gunfight, and anything that give you the edge, you really want to take advantage of. We go through, we take out the second, and now right here, you're going to see the prone double jump. It's so broken in scenarios like that, when an opponent is kind of, you know, you're both watching each other and you just want to get the edge in the gunfight. Again, going through, we use a prone double jump. It's essentially natural at this point. Once again, going to go through the left-hand side, we dolphin dive, use a prone double jump, and it just really helps us in kills like this. I mean, this one was ridiculous. There's no right we should win this one. Going to go through here again. We jump through around the corner. We take out one, prone double jump. It's very consistent. I've got so many clips using this mechanic because it's my favorite mechanic to win gunfights. If you can learn anything from this video and you want to take anything from it, I recommend trying this mechanic. It's so broken. Just to confirm, all you have to do is basically go prone and then double tap the A button, therefore the prone double jump. I don't know the real word for it, but we're going to call it the prone double jump. We finish off with a drop shot. So at this point, you guys should be at a good level, but now what we're going to discuss is arguably the most important thing to improve your game, something that most people don't talk about, okay? we're going to be talking about cammering opponents using the short jump, the long jump, and sliding. I'm going to show you exactly how to camera your opponents. So let's start off by what cammering is, okay? Cammering is basically, as I jump around this corner, okay, this is a bot I'm playing, a 1v1 against a bot. So as I jump around this corner like this, and you kill him, oh my god, yo, he just fried my shit. This is embarrassing. Yo, let's see this one. So essentially what cammering is as you jump around this corner, look at this. You see how I kind of shot him before he even saw me? That was actually a good example, even though he fried my shit. Fair play to the bot. It's pretty awkward because I think this is on regular difficulty, but we're not going to talk about that. But you see how I jumped around that corner and I started shooting him before he even saw me? That is what cammering is. To its kind of basic form, it's essentially getting that advantage, spotting your opponent before he even sees you. So let's start off with the 3 mechanics, okay? I'm going to pair them 2 together. So the short jump, it's by itself. The long jump and sliding are together. Now, let's start with the long jump and the sliding because I think it's the easiest ones to explain. So, first of all, let's try with sliding, okay? Now, when you're sliding, I kind of spoke about this in my earlier guide, but when you're sliding, what you want to do is you want to slide when someone's around a corner. So, like right here, now's a pretty good area to slide because look at that. You saw how he was looking here and I slid basically past him. That's when you want to slide. You want to slide when somebody's close to a corner because what happens is they basically are aiming at you like this. And when you slide, you're basically going to go past their aim and you go past them. So again, right here, this guy's going to be here and I'm going to wait for him. I'm going to go through. I'm going to let him come near me and then I'm going to slide. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to slide across. And you can see again, obviously I know it's a bot. Maybe against a player might be slightly more different. But you can kind of see the general kind of just idea from it. You want to slide when somebody's close to you. So let's just assume, let's get this player back, man. We need our bot to help us out. Come here, mate. Come on. Jog over, help us out. So let's just say he's around this corner, okay? You want to slide as he's approaching the corner because you want to go past his aim. That's the main principle. Now, so as he goes through, you're going to bait him in. What you don't want to do is you don't want to slide if he's far away. So let me give you an example. If I'm here and I slide like this, so as he approaches this corner, okay, right here, if I slide like this isn't a good gunfight for me because he can see me. So if I'm going to slide across like this isn't that good because he can see me, right? So let's hopefully he can kill me. Come on, man. Kill me. I want to show you the kill cam. All right, fair enough. Yeah, you're going to kill me. So you're going to go through. You want to slide like that. Now, I want to show you from this kill cam. This slide wasn't as good because he can see me before I'm sliding. So what that means is against a good player, he'll be able to shoot me there. Although it was still good, it wasn't like excellent. It wasn't the best thing you can do. And it's the same with the long jump. So with the long jump, you basically only want to do the long jump and the slide when the opponent is right next to you. So if the opponent is right around the corner, so right now, if we go through and he's here, that's when you want to do the long jump. Because what happens is you want to camera him. Even the sliding, okay? You want to do these both these mechanics when they're next to the wall. So right now, if the opponent is sitting like here, you want to basically jump around him like this, or you want to slide around him like this. So you want to slide around it like this. So hopefully this guy can stand on this wall. There you go. Let me show you. So right here, you want to slide across. And look at the difference. I know I couldn't show you from his POV, but you can see the difference. As I slid across, he didn't really have a chance, even if it was a real player. And it's the exact same with the long jump. So if the opponent is sitting here, you want to basically long jump over. Now, if this is confusing, don't worry. We will go through some real life gameplays. I just wanted to show you the mechanics in a private game because it's easier to explain. And then we'll show you the real life examples. So let's say, for example, this player's here. You want to kind of go through, you want to do the long jump. For most people, what they do is they do the long jump as a default, right? They just jump around the corners, they try to get the kills, but sometimes that's not going to work. Now, let me tell you when it's not going to work. It's scenarios like this, okay? When the opponent is a bit further away from you and he can see everything, this is when it doesn't work. So again, I'm going to show you some clips where it does work and where it doesn't. So right now, if this opponent is looking at me like that, and I jump around the corner like this, most of the time, right, as you see here, if he kills me, while he's pre-aiming me, you can see he can actually spot this whole run. So he can see me jumping through. And that's where sometimes you might see gunfights where you're jumping around a corner. You're like, all these YouTubers tell me to camera them, but it doesn't work. That's because you're jumping around a corner from a distance. So right here, if I jump like this, if I'm jumping from the far distance like this, you can see here, this is the perfect one because you can see it takes me a second or two to adjust and he can see this whole jump through. So watch this. He's pre-aiming me. He can see this whole jump. So he can essentially shoot me while I'm jumping. That is not what you want. But let me tell you where it is kind of useful. It's when he's close combat like this. Let me show you. Okay, the one time he kills me when I don't want him to. But yeah, when the long jump is good is when he's like around this corner like this. So you want to go through and you're like, right, now I'm going to camera him. Like, look at that. By the time he's walking around the corner, he's not really like, think about it like this, okay? If I'm walking around this corner, why on earth would I look there? That's so stupid. Like, if somebody's on my left, why would I look on my right? That's the way you got to think about it. So right here, he's going to come around the corner, jump around and aim. You basically want to jump around his aim. It's the exact same as sliding. So somebody's around this corner, right? They're going to be pre-aiming you like this. They're going to be looking at you like this. You don't want to like walk right into them. You want to jump around this corner. You want to jump around it. You want to slide around his aim and just make it hard. So that's what cammering is at its basic form. You want to slide around the enemy, take him out. or you want to do a long jump around the enemy and take him out. Now, if the enemy's on this barrel here, if this enemy's there, you don't really kill this guy again. Now we don't really need him. So if the enemy's on this barrel there, right, you can't do that because by the time you jump around like this, you're not basically cameraing him because he's pre-aiming you. So he can see you from here. However, if he's here and you jump around, that's going to be a difficult shot for him because you're going past his aim. I hope that makes sense. Again, we do have some real life clips that should make it more kind of beneficial to you, but I just really wanted to go into detail of what I mean. Now with the short jump, this is where most people, in my opinion, don't talk about this. So if you're still here, welcome, because we're going to be talking about one of the most broken mechanics in the game and something I learned from a Beezy, okay? Probably the best SMG over the last 3 years, I'd say, in terms of consistency, or definitely like top 2, top 3 SMGs. Now what the close jump is essentially landing your feet by the edge of the wall, okay? So right here, watch this. So we're gonna go through. You want to like land like this. You want to land your feet on the edge, and what you want to do is essentially go around, like land like this and shoot. Now what happens is when you land and shoot, your first 1 or 2 bullets actually hit your opponent before he even sees you. That is so crucial. So not only are you getting first blood, they actually need a second to react to you. So you're going to go around the corner, and this is basically the opposite of the long jump. So with the long jump, if they were at a distance, like right here, so let's wait for this guy to come around the corner just to show you guys. So let's say he's going to be here, okay? And we're going to, come on. So we're going to be at the distance. Look at this. This is how I'll do the short jump. I'll go through the corner like this. And you just pre-aim it essentially. So instead of like doing the long jump and you're basically in midair while you're spotting him, you want to do the short jump. So you essentially want to land at the barrel. So wherever you're going to, whatever wall you're going towards, you want to land at the edge of the wall and you want to kind of pre-fire. So right here, let's say somebody's on this head glitch, right? You want to go through and you want to land at this wall. You want to basically be able to pre-fire the wall. So right here, this guy's going to push me. Like that. So you see, you're kind of playing really close to the wall and you're essentially shooting around the wall. So like this, like it doesn't work as well there because I missed a lot of shots, but actually this is a good opportunity to show you from the kill cam. Look how it looks on his screen. So as I'm coming around the corner, look at this, it's crazy. I'm shooting him without even being seen. So it's such a broken mechanic, and I'm going to show you some real life examples in game. But if you can really implement this into your gameplay, I promise you, out of everything in this tutorial, this one thing will probably get you, I would say, like at least 5 to 10 more engagements in game if you weren't using it already, which I highly doubt you are using it because it's such a unique kind of thing and no one really talks about it. So hopefully I provided you with some value. Let's check out the gameplay and see how useful these 3 techniques really are. So for the next 4 clips, you're going to see us basically go around corners and essentially using the long and the short jump depending on the situation to win gunfights. So right here, I knew he was on the left because he killed me earlier. We jump around the corner, we absolutely camera him and take him out. Same clip here, we're going to jump around the corner using the long jump, basically getting that superior motion and making sure we get these kills. Exact same thing here. Once again, go through, we take out one, we do the short jump here just to kind of camera him and take him out, and once again we do the short jump just to camera him around the corner and get the easy kill. It's time to go through one of the final movement mechanics of the guide. It's going to be the right hand peek. So right now we can spawn an opponent in front of us, right? So let's kind of kill him and get him back there. Now what the right hand peek is, essentially we have these 2 walls, okay? If you're standing here, you have to peek this window through the left, or peek this corridor through the left. Where if you're standing here, you can peek it through the right hand side. So what you want generally is you want to peek any door or any kind of corridor through the right hand side. Now the reason why is because in FPS games, right, if we kind of mount the weapon here, you can see that the weapon is in the right hand. So if you put it like this, right, imagine you're holding the weapon in one hand, it would make sense that you peek from the left hand side because the weapon is on the right. So you essentially can see slightly more by just shouldering like this. Because your weapon is more on the right hand side, I don't know why, but it just makes sense, and it's just something that's been in FPS games for years right now. So the right hand peek is always going to be more advantageous. You see right now again, we're going to be able to prone across now, and you can see barely any of our body is going to be able to show right now, but we're still able to watch over. So you can see right now we're able to watch over, and we should be able to see him in the distance. Now he's going to kill us, and we'll be able to see from the kill cam how it looks. So although you can see us, you can see it's a lot less of my body showing than if it was from the left hand side. So now let's try the exact same maneuver on the left hand side. So look at this difference instantly, right? For me to look on the left hand side right now, my arm here, my arm's actually already showing. So you can see right now, you should be able to kill me. Like, I can't even see, but he can see me right now. You can see he's actually stopped to shoot me, and I can't see a single thing. So if he can kill me by now, okay, let's help him out a little bit. So now look at the beginning of this kill cam. Look how much of my body was showing, and I couldn't even see him. Where from the right hand side, if you're going to show that much of your body, you're actually going to be able to see basically the whole version of him. So if we were to show this much of our body, we could see this whole corridor. Now he can still see me, but we can see a lot more. So let's say like this, right? This is a lot less of our body shown than if we were going to show the whole body of our left hand side. If we wanted to show the whole body of our left hand side, like be able to see this whole wall, you have to stand here. Now that is basically a lot of a difference. So the main kind of principle behind the right hand peek is if you can avoid going through the left hand side, try to avoid it. And if you're trying to camera an opponent, the best way to do so is jumping when the wall is on your left. So you want to go through, like right now, this is the best way to camera the opponents using the short and the long jump we went through. You want to use the kind of jump mechanic while the wall is on your left. So you can go through, you can finesse and basically use the mechanic like that. Where if an opponent is there and you're jumping through the right and you're going through the left hand peek, by the time you land, he can still see you. Even if you're using the short hand mechanic we went through earlier, he's still able to see you. So that's how important the right hand peek is in FPS games. Let's check out some examples and show you how it works in game. Now, I know I was supposed to talk about the right-hand peek here, but instead I'm deciding to talk about doors. The reason is I feel like the right-hand peek you can see from any of my gameplay just because it's very, very common, and once we kind of went through it in private match, I didn't see the need. But here's about doors, okay? Doors is so important to use to your advantage. In these 4 or 5 clips, you can see constantly we're using it to kind of camera our opponents. We're pushing through, we're playing aggressive. Once we spot an opponent, we hide behind the door, and then we instantly challenge them running through the door. And it's a very, very good mechanic. Make sure you guys implement this into your gameplay because once you start using doors, it's very, very beneficial. At this point, we've learned everything you need to learn to improve your gameplay. But how do we put everything together? Let's find out. What you want to do is go into private game through the main menu, and from there you want to go to, I would say, free for all, to be honest. Now in older Call of Duties you can have a lot more bots here, so unfortunately you can only have 6, okay? But what you want to do is put 6 bots on, get into a private game and work on those movement mechanics we went through. Work on those shots, work on your accuracy. Everything we just learned in this guide you can now use in a private game. Now of course you can play online, you can play in ranked play, that might work for you, but I always recommend jumping in a private game first and starting off. Now the reason why I say that is because someone like Optic Dashi, who's the best shot in the game, he does this every single time he plays, okay? So just go to the time limit, put it on the maximum, put the score on the maximum. Again, something like this it's a bit annoying because in old Call of Duty you could save game modes where you can't save them now, and what you want to do is go over there, just put on radar always on. And something other people do, if you guys are maybe just playing Warzone, what I would recommend is enabling armor. This is a bit of a different one, but if you put armor on, what happens is you can essentially give them more health and you can practice like that. Another thing people do like to do is, which I used to like to do, but I don't do that anymore, is the headshots only. You know, we'll try it for this guy just to show you guys maybe what you can do. So if you want to put headshots only, this way you can really kind of work on your centering. Then put the most amount of bots on possible. Go into the game, just check the bots are there. There you go. That always happens. I don't know why, but I always double check the bots because if it doesn't work and I have to restart the game, that is really, really long. So let's go into the game and show you how I warm up. Now you're into the game. What you want to do is you basically want to go into your settings and you want to turn off aim assist. Now, Dashi, again, he doesn't do this, I don't think, but I personally prefer it. So you turn your target aim assist off just to make this slightly quicker. I actually put this into my favorite settings. So that way I go into my quick settings, I go all the way down, and you can see right here, where is my aim assist? It's a bit awkward. Where, there you go, target aim assist, you turn off. And now in the game, okay, it's headshots multiplier only, and I've got no aim assist. So what I want to do is whatever I want to work on today. So right now, if I just want to literally play to improve, I'll go through our snap aim, I'll go around the corner, you know, try to get some shots off, and you can see it's incredibly difficult because there's no aim assist, you're getting headshots only. So all these gunfights that you're trying to find, it's just really difficult because you can, you know, you basically have to be a lot more accurate. So I don't personally do headshots off because I feel like what happens is it messes up with my rhythm, and I think the reason Dashi just does normal is because I feel like he just wants to get used to his shot, not exactly improve his shot. I think it's just about being consistent with it, and honestly I just feel like this kind of messes up my shot. But if you want to try it out, yeah, give it a go. Me personally, I'm not a fan of this, but that's the kind of the good thing about it. You can be more flexible, you can see what works for you, and you can see what's going to help you improve. So you go through, it's not terrible, but again, I feel like when I go into a normal game after playing headshots only, I just don't think it helps me out, to be honest. Even with the aim assist, I used to kind of have aim assist off. Now I've started to have aim assist on, and I just practice shooting bots. I don't really know what's helped me more, but one thing's for sure, that it definitely helps you regardless. So whether how you do it, it's going to help you. So that is how I like to warm up. Normally I like to just have some music on, play to like 100 bots, just kind of warm up before my game. Now recently I have not been doing it as much, but yeah, I would recommend doing it. You can see right here, it's actually really difficult with headshots only and no aim assist. So I probably wouldn't recommend using both, to be honest with you. But again, feel free to kind of customize this. You are very, very flexible with this, and you could do how you feel. Hope you guys enjoyed this part of the guide, man. I put a lot of time into this one. So if you enjoyed, please drop a like, and yeah, give me some feedback down in the comments and also in the review section of the guide. Let me know what you thought.